Hey guys, Kirk Westwood from The Luck Bubble. If you haven't had a chance to check out part 1 and part 2 before you get to this part 3, click on the link below, go there, it's going to make a lot more sense for you. Enjoy. So the map of the luck bubble is that people need to be met with where they're at. And I've always said if you want to teach someone your language, you have to speak their language first. And that language universally is entertainment. So the concept of doing the TV show we were doing was it was largely entertainment to introduce people to a different way of doing stuff. This concept that we're just energetic beings having a human experience. And when you can understand that, the world is your oyster. The real secret of how things work when you think in those terms. So the map of the luck bubble starts with people having an experience. It's a 2-hour online experience for not much, where they get a chance to experience a different way of being, a different embodiment, not a different thinking, a different embodiment. From that, they will create luck. I guarantee you. I've done this thousands of times. They will create luck, but it won't last. As soon as they become under pressure, they'll go back to their habitual thinking and they'd rather be right than actually happy, creating what they would love. So then we go to a 2.5-day live experience, which takes it to a whole nother level, an experience that will create luck. And I guarantee you again, for more time, for weeks, people will create luck. Profound insights and good fortune that go beyond what they currently think is possible until they're under pressure, until they're driving to work and they get cut off and they're late, until someone disrespects them, until they have a fight with their wife, until things don't go according to the concept they have about the way it needs to be. That will drive them into their stuff. They will not create luck. Again, because we're dedicated to proving the way that we are in the world. So then off the back of the weekend experience, there is a 6-month masterclass where every month you will create luck, and then I'll put you under pressure that will take you out of that luck. And I'll show you how you are creating the problems in your life. And then you will create luck. And then I'll put you under more pressure. And you'll see another way in which you always come back to the same thing, trying to prove the way you are in the world rather than just creating the stuff that you would love. At the end of that 6 months, you're so far removed from who you are, because the bottom line is luck doesn't come from what we do. It comes from who we are. And no amount of skills will help you. You will lose everything you have if you're trying to get away from something. The only thing that can come of trying to get away from something is the very thing you're trying to get away from. And this is the same stuff that we put soldiers under pressure to pick the best of the best. We have that pressure cooker, putting people under pressure to find that ability for these guys to just get the job done, look after their mates and have a good time. It's exactly the same thing as all the mystics that I've studied with over decades who come to the same realization. But you're in an ashram, you're praying, you're meditating, you're shaking, whatever the process is to take you to that self-realization, the ability to be with what is. Once you neutralize that, then you can create. Will Smith could not create anything else than what happened to him at the Oscars. The reason why he's the hardest working guy in Hollywood was to get away from what he thought about himself. I'm not enough, but if I'm an Oscar winner, I'm enough. Now, I haven't gone into an in-depth read, but I said it 12 months ago when I saw him do the interview with his wife, is that pain that he was feeling, that he's still not enough. The only thing that can come from all this hard work born of I'm not enough is there'll be a moment in time where he proves that he's not enough. We'd rather be right than happy. The first bit of work anyone should do before they get any skills in any area, making money, finding love, winning championships, is understanding what they are trying to get away from. It is the human condition. It is the meaning of life. Know thyself. You don't have to do 20,000 hours worth of reads. You don't have to do 20 years worth of pain like I had, traveling the world and trying to find the connective thread. You just got to have the courage to step up and own that it's actually you creating your pain. But in the first essence of the Luck Bubble workshops, I'm not going to take you into your stuff. I'm just going to give you an experience of how luck works. But it won't last, because your stuff will always win out until you become a master of the pressure you're under. And the circumstances that you think are external are not. It is not the market. It is not your wife. It is not the team's capacity to win. History is littered with the underdog miraculously winning. but they all have the same thing in common, is they're not dedicated to proving the way that they are. They find something greater to fight for, whether that's fighting for each other, just having a good time, or just getting the job done, devoid of their stuff. It's not about not being with emotion. It's actually about going through the emotion, feeling the emotion. Stop avoiding what you're trying to get away from. That's the body of work, but you don't need to go into that stuff to create luck. That's why I've created the 2-hour online stuff and the 2.5-day workshop. I guarantee you'll get results, but you got to step up. You got to want it to work. People have to buy in. If you don't have the money, don't put it on your credit card. Go out and find the money. Choose for it to work. Say, yeah, this is going to work. I don't know how, but I'm going to take the action. I want to get this. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And more so, I hope it was provocative. I hope it instills some sense of action in you if you want to create in the world. This is the first thing that you need to learn before you get any skills, is to get yourself out of the way. It's no coincidence that the greatest cultures on earth, the wisest men and women in those cultures talked about this in their own fashion. And it's the same thing that we get with special forces selection. The best of the best is this ability to get out of your own way. From there, magic is possible. Luck it's not what you do, it's how you are. And that takes work, it takes courage. You can't change without changing. So if you're keen, click on the link below. There's several ways you can get involved. And I look forward to hopefully meeting you someday soon. Cheers.